My Family, My Two Dads by Claudia Harrington, illustrated by Zoe Persico. When the bell rang at the end of the day, Miss Fish took Lenny aside. "Lenny, as class reporter, you're going home with Jasmine today. She's Student of the Week." "Hi, Lenny. I'm Jasmine, but you can call me Jazz. Everyone does." "Sure, Jazz," said Lenny. "Click. Are we going to take the bus?" Jazz shook her head. "Dad picks me up. Have you ever ridden in a horse trailer?" Lenny tried not to look scared. "No." When the trailer pulled up, Lenny grabbed his camera. Click. "I'm glad we don't have to ride in the horse part," he said. Jazz's dad laughed. "Nice to meet you. I'm Jazz's dad. Well, the short one." He winked at Jazz. Click. "What's your name?" The smell of hay and horses wafted from the back. "Horse," said Lenny. Jazz laughed. Lenny's face got hot. "I mean, Lenny," he said. "You get used to the smell," said Jazz, as they bumped over a long dirt road. Jazz pointed to a big barn set bag from the road. "Home sweet home." "You live in a barn?" asked Lenny. Click. Jazz smiled. "No, we live in that farmhouse right next to it." "But it sometimes feels like we live in the barn," said Dad. "We spend a lot of time there." "Who helps with your school projects?" asked Lenny, as they hopped out of the truck. "Papi checks my design," said Jazz as Papi swung her around in a circle. Click. "But he's sometimes installing his own art in a city somewhere, so Dad helps me if I need it." "Speaking of projects," said Papi, "why don't you two pick some apples and then work on your solar systems?" "If you grab a couple of extra apples, you can feed them to the horses," said Dad. "Cool," said Lenny. Click. "Just keep your hand flat," said Jazz. "Who takes care of the horses?" asked Lenny. "Dad does, but Papi and I help sometimes," said Jazz. "Hi, Doodles." Click. "Who makes your dinner?" asked Lenny as they worked on their projects. "Papi does if he's home, otherwise we might have to eat oats," laughed Jazz. "I'm great with carrots too," joked Dad. "Dinner's almost ready," yelled Papi. "Does your dad always braid your hair?" asked Lenny. Click. Jazz nodded. "Hold still," said Dad. "He's used to braiding the horses' tails," said Jazz, "but I like working on this end better," joked Dad. They all laughed. "What do you do for fun?" asked Lenny. "Come on." Jazz dragged him to the barn, then pressed play. "Bow to your partner, doosey-doo," called a recorder voice. Click. "Who taught you to dance?" asked Lenny. "Dad and Papi both did," said Jazz. "Circle left and promenade home," called the voice. When the last song ended, Lenny was out of breath. "Who dusts you off?" he asked. "Every cowboy and cowgirl for themselves," said Papi, as Dad handed out horse brushes. "Who reads your bedtime story?" asked Lenny. "Dad and Papi take turns," said Jazz, "and Doodles listens." "Who loves you best?" asked Lenny. "We both do," said Dad and Papi. Click. Lenny ran to give his mum a hug. Student of the Week, Jazz. "Good night, Student of the Week," said Lenny. "Good night, Twinkle Toes," said Jazz. If you enjoyed this book and want to see many more books like this, sign up for free with Fire for Kids Unlimited. Fire for Kids Unlimited gives you endless access to thousands of kid-friendly books, movies, TV shows, educational apps, and games. Fire for Kids Unlimited has so much to offer, including a world of content for kids to explore with a completely kid-friendly environment, promotion of reading and math with educational apps and thousands of books, flexible parental controls where you can choose what content each child sees, set educational goals and time limits. You can manage these settings from the device or remotely from our Amazon Parent dashboard. Ability to personalize each kid's experience with profiles and let them watch where they want to, on Fire tablets or Kindle e-readers. After the trial, monthly subscriptions start at just $1.99 a month. Customers can modify or cancel the subscription at any time.